Today we're talking to Bob McClement, who is a face and a name that might not be familiar to a lot of Altrincham fans, but I can assure you that Bob has been working for Altrincham Football Club for a long time as a scout. Bob, the reason we're talking to you today is you're retiring after 26 years as a scout for Altrincham Football Club, which is a fantastic achievement and fantastic contribution to the club. But tell us how it all started for you.
It started with Bernard Taylor. Bernard and I had played against each other at boys' club football over in Wythenshawe, where we were both brought up. And there were family connections as well. So when he came here, he knew I lived in Stockport and I watched a lot of Sunday football, particularly in the Stockport Sunday League in those days, which was very strong. And he just asked me to keep an eye on things and see if there's anybody there that cropped up that we were worth looking at. And then, of course, turn of the year, he goes into the first team. And he asked me to follow him, which I did.
And your background was in local football?
Yes, more or less. I finished very early. The highest level I played was Manchester League in the Industrial Division, which was a very good league in those days. Earlham Steel, Bredbury Steel, Manchester Police, the year they won the championship. They were in it, so it was a very competitive league. But I just got married and I was commission earning on £15 a month basic, which it was a no game, so I had to stop and work on a Saturday.
So 26 years, starting with Bernard Taylor. So you were involved when we won the Northern Premier League back in 1999, and then you've seen it all: Graham Heathcote, Ken McKenna, Lee Sinnott, and of course for the last 7 years it's been Phil Parkinson.
Yes.
Who of those managers impress you the most?
Well, there are two that stand out by quite a long way. And that's no disrespect to the others. It's just that they had the qualities that I saw as that were needed. Lee Sinnott, particularly total professional, thorough gentleman, and listened to you. Phil Parkinson, again, very professional, very, very thorough. And again, he listens. You know he's listened because things that will crop up 2-3 months after they were discussed, and he still remembers them and he's still got notes on them. That impressed me because scouting on its own is a lonely trip. You're out there on your own, a couple of hours drive some nights, pouring with rain. You got up into North Bloody Yorkshire and the game's off. Silly things like that can really turn you sick, but you just pick it up and go again.
Now, you've been involved in bringing a lot of players to Altrincham Football Club. Of the current crop, probably the most relevant is Regan Linny, who you were watching for the best part of a year.
Yes, I did. Yes,
before he eventually came to Altrincham Football Club.
Yes, I did. I watched him very closely. Had my doubts over a period of time. But the crunch came. Phil said, go and have another look at him and I'll speak to you Sunday morning. And he did, and he said, well, what do we do? And I hesitated. He said, is it a no? I said, no, go ahead. And we did. We went ahead and we got him. And I'm pleased he's done well.
And I can remember seeing you at a game at Broadhurst Park, FC United against Hyde United. It was the day after we beat Wrexham in the FA Trophy on penalties, which was a game played on Friday night because of police concerns. And it was a fantastic game. FC United of Manchester 4, Hyde United 4. After the game, I saw you. We didn't chat, but I saw you, said hello to you as you were on your way out, and I was chatting to what turned out to be Regan Linny's cousin, and he was talking to me. He thought I was a Hyde fan because I had a red and white scarf on, but I was having a chat to him, and he was telling me that Regan was this and Regan was that, and Regan was going to sign for a league club, which nearly happened. Fortunately for us, we were able to step in a couple of weeks later and sign him, and he's been a great signing for the club.
Indeed, yes. I'm pleased to say.
Yeah. Now you actually don't see that much of Altrincham Football Club.
Very little.
I mean, when you come to a game, it's Bob's here, which is a very rare occasion.
Possibly 4 or 5 home games a year.
Yeah. So Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Mondays, whatever, you're out watching it in the cold and rain, which we've had plenty of in the last few years.
We have indeed, yes.
Now, a couple of players who we've missed out on that you have looked at and recommended to the club are Olly Crankshaw, who subsequently has come to the club from Stockport County. But you spotted Olly at a much earlier stage of his career.
Olly was 17 and came on at Hyde, funnily enough, playing for Colne. Last 20 minutes, turned the game. And, God, I think I've said before that you just see a spark sometimes in a player. And I spoke to Phil immediately on Saturday night. I said, look, there's a kid here we really need to look at. But what I'm saying then, Phil knows that maybe he or somebody else can go and have a look just to confirm. Because you can't judge on one outing, but you just get that feeling. And I know I wasn't wrong that day.
And another one that got away is Paddy Lane, who is now pulling up trees for Portsmouth and went to Fleetwood. When he was at Hyde United, you were certainly taking an interest in him.
Yes, indeed, very much so. Again, I like wide players, I must say, and he was playing wide left, and he fought like a dog. He never gave up the ball, and if he did lose it, he got back and he battled for it. Great all-round game, and not a great big lad, but very strong in the tackle, and I liked everything I saw about him.
And we didn't go for him in the end, and there was a fee on his £10,000, which was a lot of money for a player who at that stage was playing in the Northern Premier League. So maybe that was a little bit rich for us at the time.
He did have a little bit of background. I think he'd been released from Sheffield United early on in his career.
So I could imagine in the time that you've been scouting, you've seen a lot of changes in scouting, most notably the fact that these days most scouting is done through a computer.
Indeed, I have. Some of it amazes me. I really do. And, I'm not against technology. I just can't use it, and I choose not to as well. But I'm still of the belief that in the raw, see it happen is the way to do it.
And there's clearly a place for both things, and I think there always will be a place for the type of scout that you have been. But you're right. You can't beat a cold Tuesday night up in the hills of somewhere in Lancashire, whatever.
Nope.
Watching a player to find out what they're really like.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Bob, congratulations on your retirement. Hope you have a very happy and healthy retirement, and thank you for everything that you've done for Altrincham Football Club over the last 26 years. There's lots of people behind the scenes who do a huge amount for the football club that don't get recognised, and you're certainly one of them. So on behalf of the football club, just want to thank you for what you've done over a quarter of a century.
Thank you very much indeed.